How to install your Marmoleum modular floor. Before we get started, let's cover some important groundwork. The performance and look of your floor all start with preparation. A clean, dry and even subfloor is essential. Make sure the area is weathertight and free of any other trades. Any irregularities in the subfloor will show through the final result.
Conduct a moisture test before installation. If there is risk of moisture, an effective moisture barrier must be applied, especially on ground-level floors. It's also a good idea to do an adhesive bond test to understand how the system reacts to the specific conditions on site.
Make sure the room stays at a steady temperature of at least 18 degrees Celsius for 48 hours before, during, and 24 hours after installation. And don't forget, the tiles and adhesive should also be stored in this same environment beforehand. If materials were stored cold, say below 10 degrees, extend the acclimatization to 48 hours. Also important, stack the boxes flat, no more than 5 high. Before you lay the first tile, check that the color, batch number and quantity are correct, and all from the same die lot. This will ensure a consistent finish. Installing over underfloor heating? No problem, as long as the surface temperature doesn't go over 27 degrees. Be sure to turn the heating off, or down low, 48 hours before installation. Keep the floor under 18 degrees during the process, and only turn the heating back on after 72 hours, increasing the temperature gradually. Use a hard-setting, low-emission adhesive, like Forbo Eurocol 646, for the best bond and performance. What do we need? Before we dive into the practical steps, here's a quick list of the tools and materials you'll need. Gloves, utility knife, measuring tape, masking tape, hand roller, pencil, chalk line, long ruler, 50 to 70 kilogram roller. Let's get started. Step 1. Setting out. We begin with the layout. Think of it as the floor's roadmap. Snap a chalk line through the center of the room and mark it down with a pencil.
You can also use a laser level or crossline laser.
Depending on the space or pattern, you might need to shift the starting point slightly to avoid small cuts at the edges. Then make a second line at a perfect right angle to the first, forming a cross. This gives you a clear starting point for a balanced and symmetrical installation. Step 2. Applying the adhesive. Now it's time to roll up your sleeves. Spread the adhesive evenly with a trowel, paying extra attention to the edges. This ensures a full bond across the entire floor. Before you begin, it's smart to plan your working zone. You won't be able to walk on freshly glued areas, so mark out how far you can spread adhesive in one go. Snap a temporary line or use the layout cross to define the section you can reach comfortably without stepping into the adhesive. Only spread as much adhesive as you can cover within its open time. Step 3. Laying the tiles. Let's bring the layout to life. Begin at your reference lines and carefully place the first tiles. Accuracy is key. If the first row is off, the whole floor will be affected. Lay square tiles in alternating directions to create a tessellated pattern. Press each tile firmly into the adhesive. Then roll the area with a hand roller in multiple directions to secure the bond.
You can use temporary tape to hold the tiles in place while installing. When you are done with the first half of the floor, roll the floor with a 50 to 70 kilogram heavy roller, rolling in all directions to ensure a firm bond. Step 4. Border tiles. Now for the finishing touches. Cutting and placing border tiles takes time. Make sure to plan this part well so the adhesive doesn't dry out before you're ready. You can also choose to apply adhesive in sections, especially near walls, to give yourself more working time. Here's how to cut a tile to the exact size. Place a full tile directly on top of the last tile that reaches the wall. Then take another full tile and slide it up against the wall, positioning it directly above the one underneath. Use the edge of this top tile as a guide to mark or score the tile below it. You can do this with a pencil or a utility knife. Remove the tiles, then use a hooked blade to finish cutting the scored tile. The result? A perfectly sized border tile that fits snugly along the wall, with no measuring tape required. Continue this way of working and finish the floor. Step 5. Completing the installation. Almost there.
Once all tiles are down, roll the floor with a 50 to 70 kilogram roller, rolling in all directions to ensure a firm bond. Remove the tape you've used to secure the tiles during the installation. Clean the floor thoroughly, remove all scraps, sweep or vacuum, and make sure no adhesive remains on the surface or along the skirting.
Avoid heavy traffic for the first 72 hours and hold off on wet cleaning for 48 hours.
And that's it. Your Marmoleum modular floor is ready to enjoy.